Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Learning Lab with Jay and Nichole. And today we are bringing on Brenda as kind of Brenda Brooks from Young Learners Curriculum as kind of a follow-up to last week's episode where we did Koala Go versus FunClass. And we are bringing on kind of like a super user from FunClass. And next week we'll bring one on from Koala Go to kind of respond to the podcast and just tell us more about the product. Okay, Nichole?
Yeah, so we chose Brenda mostly because, again, super user, but Brenda also is unique in the fact that she has a Facebook group for teachers to teach them how to use this platform. So she's
Right.
not only a super user, but she's also an instructor and hosting events on this platform itself. So we really wanted to bring her on too, to not only maybe teach us what we didn't know, but maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we just so inexperienced that it's a lot better than it is, and we're just the newbie users that couldn't figure out how to do it properly. So Brenda, bring it on. Tell us what we don't know. Tell us what's great about it. I mean, we definitely would like to give it the service it needs if it's really what teachers are looking for.
Well, I've tried many different platforms. From the beginning, I taught on Skype. Then I know Classen, I know Zoom. I have training courses on Zoom. And I just didn't find anything as interactive yet as FunClass or ease of use for the teacher if you know how to use it. And I love Zoom too. And I use Zoom mainly for basically group classes, and I use FunClass for one-on-one. I think it works really good for one-on-one. You could probably do groups in there. I've hosted teacher sessions in there, like Jay's been in them before.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have any problems. It didn't. We did have the first time we opened it up. We had
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
all
my
had to
God,
restart.
man.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
It has come a long way since when we first started
Yeah.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
They do listen to us, and they do as much as they can at the beginning. I think that they're doing a good job. I think that they ran really fast, and there was a lot of things that needed to be updated, fixed, clarified, made easier for people to understand it. And that's why usually if people want to join FunClass, I tell them don't sign up for the free 14 days until you have a meeting with me and I can bring you in and show you FunClass, because I want to let you know what you're getting into, and you don't have a lot of time to test it with your students. So instead of have that ticking down immediately, I'd rather bring them in and answer their questions. And that's what
You
a lot
kind
of
of
the
give them
training
like
sessions.
you kind of give them some training before they go and mess it all up. Right.
Or so I don't think, and plus it's coming off of something that's called the Big Blue Button, which is
Right.
also made for teachers. So
Right.
it does automatic quizzes if you know how to use it. You'll see on your, I can show it to you when you have your presentation, and it looks like it can pick up questions from your presentation. It can give you a quiz just like that. You don't always have to make them. It won't be against a monster, but it'll create something quickly and on the go. I find it really good for their interactive board. It's really good. They just updated their tool on the co-browser so that it has all of the features that you find on the interactive board, but now it's not flipping. It was flipping Arginales for a while
Mm-hmm.
every time you try to type on it. So
Yeah.
that was interesting. And I've had a really good experience with it.
One of the things that I kind of hit them hard on was I felt like the gamification isn't really connected enough to the classroom.
It's the same as
I felt
classing
like it,
when
yeah,
you're
well,
bringing bing, 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 bing.
I
But
just feel like it misses the mark. I just feel like it misses the mark. Am I wrong on that? I don't know.
I think no, my kids love it because they're asking to do homework because they want all the
Uh-huh.
points. And I'm not cheap with the points. I have a system. You have 3 days to get your homework in. If you hand it in before time, you get 150 points. If you hand it in later, you get 100 points. If you hand it in closer to the time, you only get 50 points. And they want those points now because they're dollars for them, and they can buy new pets.
Right.
They're buying the headbands, the accessories. And me and the kids are like, we're having a ball with it. And I've given kids as much as 600 points in one session.
I hadn't
because
thought
it's
of
half
using
the.
it. I hadn't thought of using it as like after class incentive. Now that's interesting.
That
Right.
comes with the homework.
Yeah,
That's
I
their
do
homework.
homework. Yeah.
So yeah, that I do too. And then the thing I love about it too is that while you're on the board, you've got that shared notes area and you're correcting the kids' homework. I make them do writing. So what I do is I'll take that writing, throw it in GPT, have them correct it, tell them how they can make it better. I throw it in shared notes so it has their writing, the corrected version, all the tips and the grades. And we go over that. And what's really cute is I keep notes as I'm going. And then when I'm finished with that class, I grab the notes that I've taken or slides that I've taken, and I throw it in and I give a 1 paragraph feedback, like through AI. I just tell them,
Mhm.
take everything that you see and just give me 1 paragraph feedback, give me homework that I can do for this. And most of the time, the AI is making the homework for me as well because it's based on what we just did. They can just look at the
Okay.
slides and create it. But yeah, I
Okay.
think it's very useful.
Let's get a little background information on this. So how did you first learn about FunClass?
I found her on LinkedIn. I saw her
Mhm.
there and I contacted her and she answered me. And after that, we had a meeting. We did, and and I became friends with her, but I really loved the product that they had. I loved it so much that I decided to start the group and help with the group and help them with
Mhm.
the, training and stuff because I thought it was really good.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So what exactly do you use to teach on Fun Class? Because I know for me, I don't use a lot of the web-based materials. I actually use mostly I have teacher tools that I have on my computer programs that I use. So
Oh,
I
so
use
you're
most.
sharing screen.
Yes. No, I
That's
know
the
some
worst
people,
function. That's the
but
worst function.
yeah, I know. But see, that's why I don't use those
Yeah.
platforms because I actually
She
have
has the
the
like the
teacher
National
tools.
Geographic teacher
Yeah,
tools. Yeah.
CPTs. I have them too,
Yeah.
Nat Geo and all of them.
Mm.
I create my own, so I have everything internet based. And what I do is I also do flashcards and stuff and put them in PDF versions because most of the stuff that you see on the curriculum you can download as well. And then I put them up and we play with it on the board. Now I don't need to put it in the PDF version because now on the co-browser the type part works, where before it didn't, but I can still use the PDF version and make the slides through there. But I use it for interactive for adults. I have adults that use it as well, and we do it non-gamified. I did give him awards at the beginning. He thought it was a joke. And I said, we don't have to use them. But I was like, you have an egg. And I try to switch him, but then he'll have to change his email. But he's in the now. That's another thing that a lot of places don't offer is that you have that option. If you have the adult students, the people that you don't want the gamified
Mhm.
classes, you have that choice to get them either gamified or non-gamified. You'll still have everything else. You just won't have the awards. So that is really good. And now they're coming out with the Teen Land, which will have the different they're going to
Yeah,
go
I saw the
places with their
post on
fun
that.
bucks and
Wait, wait,
stuff.
wait, go back,
Yeah.
go back, go back, go back.
Mhm,
Wait, what? There's a non-gamified version
mhm.
and they're coming out with a teen
Yes.
version?
Yes. There's
I
gamified,
showed you the
non-gamified, and teen
non-gamified.
version.
I don't remember that part, sorry.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you didn't get my video. That's
So you
why.
have
I'm
so
like,
you
it
have the
was
older
2 hours and we
students.
were missing key
My
parts.
video.
Yeah.
But yeah, the teen version, I just saw that post. Was it yesterday or today?
Yeah. They're working on them.
Looks
And I mean, they're a small team, so you can't, it takes a lot of work and especially the back end. So, I mean, I can
right.
imagine just doing a lesson, it can take me 2 weeks. And that's with AI help. Without AI
Mhm.
help, it'd probably be a month for some of
Can you
my lessons.
imagine working without AI anymore?
Yeah, I could, but I like
I
AI
couldn't.
better. Everyone's like, it makes mistakes. I'm like, I hired people. They made more mistakes than that. I'm still finding the mistakes and I
Okay,
keep
Mr.
them.
Perfect. Okay, Mr. Perfect. Like
Well,
you
it's
never
No,
make mistakes.
I was gonna say it
no,
makes mistakes.
I make a lot.
I didn't make mistakes when I was writing it all on my own before. I mean,
Oh no, there was some really gross, really bad mistakes
yeah, but
before
that's why you edit.
grammar. Yeah. Well, I didn't take time to edit. That was my mistake. And then I ended up
Ah,
editing after because I trusted them to make the entire presentation, which was not smart. I
So
gave them the template and they just filled it in.
in your Facebook group, when you get a new teacher on FunClass, what kind of problems do they normally have?
For
A lot of
starting
them,
out.
for starting out, they get signed in. I always tell them they have to use a different email. The main problems that they have are just knowing how to use all of the tools effectively and how to switch them, and also how do they tell their students. And that's what we created all those letters for. The letters are in English, Chinese, Arabic, French, Spanish. They're welcome letters for the parents. And also, Yan has it on Notion. She has it so that they can read it in Notion in Chinese, or they have it in English. And then I have lots of small videos, and I give everybody the videos. There's a free training course as well, like a completely free training course that takes you piece by piece, except shared notes I didn't do. I should do those, but to tell people what they are and why they're useful. But that's about it. And then showing them where all the tools are. But it's just like everything. I don't expect that you're going to come in and ace it, because it's a learning curve. Everything is a learning curve. And we all know that it goes, oops. And my kids already know. They taught me the shortcut. This, and it'll, oh God, I forgot the word. Oh, reboot. It'll reboot. They showed me like the little thing at the top to do the reboot. And the kids have been really patient with it. And I have one kid that, you're going to kill my pet. I was like at the beginning, all right, that's it. We're going back to Zoom. No, you're going to kill my pet. So they have actually a big connection with their pets.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about a 13-year-old. I'm not talking a 5-year-old. I have an 18-year-old that has a pet. He's 18 and he actually still likes the gamification. And I'm just like, okay, give him some points. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, fine. But,
Well, in your experience so far, because your group has gotten some traction and you do have quite a following there. I'm part of the group as well. I've seen it, and you're on very often. I do your lives
usually
pop
every
up on
Friday.
my feed. Yeah, your lives pop up on my feed.
And
so
wait a minute, time
what?
out. Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Yes. By the way. I forgot about that. We forgot to mention that, didn't we?
It's okay.
So I was wondering if you could give us maybe the thing that your new teachers or the teachers who have joined, what they're most excited about, and then compared to what they're also most confused about. So what do you hear from both extremes?
Okay, so they're most excited about trying it. But when we had the overlay that did not really overlay right, I had a lot of people leaving. And I said to her, they think it's much easier in Koala Go. It just pops up over the thing. We used to have to drag them. And that was like, the co-browser, I'm talking about the co-browser. The co-browser used to start somewhere else and you drag it and you'd have to position it. So you just show them like the tips and tricks on how to do that, how to reset quickly, how to get the kids to be more forgiving, because most kids are forgiving and so are their parents. But you always have to have a backup link because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe they're having problems with their devices. Maybe they're using the wrong device, the wrong browser. So we get like a 5-minute rule. If it's not working, then we have their links ready to go in Zoom. And you just have to have everything ready and be prepared. It's not going to be perfect. But most of the time kids will laugh it off because they're pretty forgiving. The kids are.
Sure.
I think we're harder on ourselves than
Well, for me, I don't want to get real deep into this. For me, when things don't go right, it feels like a reflection on me.
Of course, that's why I said we do backup.
Right.
And I always tell people too, bring your kids in before your class, not during your class. If it's this 5 minutes, just to make sure that they can sign in. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there at the class. And if anything goes wrong, you're all going to be freaking out. We're going to freak out even more because we have to give them the money back if they can't get in, or it shows, like he's saying, a reflection on us. So to avoid that, you do 5 minutes non-class time to make sure that they can sign in. Just get them in, let them see their camera, make sure they're on the right browser, and it takes about not even 5 minutes. Just come in, hi, give them a couple awards, and out they go.
The one thing I wish, this isn't a FunClass thing, it's more of a genially thing. If we could stop them from changing my slides without disabling their pen.
I disable their pen. I happily disable their pen.
I have to for some students. There's just no way I can teach.
No, and plus when I have the awards built into the slides, they like to go, And I'm like, this is like 12-year-olds. And I'm like, come on, guys, leave the, you've just destroyed the slide. Cause I'd make my own awards, like the, oh, what are they called? Look at me. My English is gone today. The awards, you click it and it's like the hearts go all over the boards. And
right. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
reactions.
create the reactions, but it's called something else there. It's called, starts with an E. I can't remember what it is, but I make those. I make the reactions all over the whole board. Like I'll make flowers, I'll make whatever the theme of the story is, Easter eggs, and the kids have a ball. They're just like, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And you just laugh and just say, hey, that's 5 minutes out of their lesson that I'm getting paid for. So the time is still up at 25 minutes. So if you want to play, that's good. I always do this too when they're playing too much and I'm just waiting for them. Are you ready? Okay, that's all right.
All right. So when in this comparison episode that we did, you're somebody that, you're one of their big users. What did we get right in that evaluation?
The screen share is probably a 1. The screen share is horrible because you have to put 2 screens next to each other. And you've got to open it up on the other one, and you got to look on the other one, and you got to turn on this one, and you, yeah. The screen shares.
There's another,
but that's an older technology.
Yeah. That ain't the only one that's bad.
Well, it's the thing is the problem is that they did it in a newer format. And screen share technology is 20 years old. It's the oldest format. So whoever is probably coding didn't realize special coding goes with this one, but it's the oldest format. So they want to do the co-browsing. And the problem with that's another thing too, is when they started limiting the co-browsing. I think they changed that now for the middle package and the higher package. I think they have, but when they limited co-browsing, because so many people use interactive curriculum for young learners, especially if it's geared for young learners, a lot of the teachers are using like a Bridge Academy or My Curriculum or something that's interactive for the kids. So they need that co-browser.
Yeah, the screen sharing but they're not.
I stopped using my stuff. If you're going to use that, I just go over to Zoom.
Right. We might as well go to Zoom.
Best screen share.
I got a pen. At least I got a pen.
What did we? Pen.
What did we get wrong? What did we? And
I think everybody has their own opinions, and some of us are going to like it better, and some are not. And opinion, like it depends. I honestly, I didn't think you got anything wrong. I think you have your own. And I said the only thing that I really saw was that screen share and also the ease of use. I think that's on both platforms, though. I think Koala Go has a problem with that, along with
the screen share is terrible on both of them.
Not only the screen share, but I'm talking about getting a hold of the parents or talking to the parents live. Even if somebody's on live, you need somebody that can communicate with the parents when you're having issues. So they don't all speak English.
Right. Okay. What do you got, Nichole?
Well, I was wondering if you thought maybe what FunClass is maybe misunderstood by people. Is there maybe a miscommunication? Because I know for myself, I had the hardest time understanding the difference. He had to actually go online and show it to me, go live. Okay, let's do some screen share. I'm for some reason I couldn't wrap my head around co-browser. I kept thinking of it as a screen share. So that was really hard for me. So for me, that would have been a huge misunderstanding. Why would I pay for another basically equivalent of Zoom, right? So is there some maybe misunderstanding that people have about what it is and how it's used, or maybe how it is different than Koala Go?
I can't really say because I've only used Koala Go very limited. I'm one of those people that got frustrated in the playground.
I completely understand that.
I kept falling off the thing. Weren't you attacking me, Jay, last time we were playing on Koala Go? Was it you that was attacking me?
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, there was a live and I jumped in and I kept falling off the side, and it was a mess.
Was
It
I
was a
digging
mess.
holes underneath your feet?
Yes, you were digging holes under me.
That would
And then
be
I was the one getting blamed for knocking walls down. And I'm like, I can't even walk. How can I knock walls down? They blocked me. They stopped me from doing stuff. And I was like, wait a second, it wasn't me.
right.
I don't even know how to use it. I don't even know. They're like, you're knocking things down. I'm like, it's not me. And he's over there digging holes, so I fall in the water.
Yeah, he does that. That was probably 100% him, by the way. So
Sounds like
But
something.
I mean, I think that everybody has what they like. You have those in Coelago, they make those playgrounds and they sell those playgrounds.
Mhm.
They don't have that yet, and I don't think that they want to do a marketplace. I think we've talked to her about that before. She was talking about maybe at one point offering like curriculum or something inside where they could do the curriculum, but it's still gonna.
Yeah, I
Mm,
think they need something. They need something. I just feel like the pets and all that, and Nicole feels the same way, aren't in, incorporated in the classroom enough. I feel
I
like
mean, like from a kid's side, I know myself as a child, the first thing that would have popped out of my mouth is, "Where's my egg?" Like, because if I'm getting points in class, I want to see my egg. I want to see maybe it
Oh,
going up in or whatever. I want to see something.
the kids, this is one thing they get tagged on, and I turn the distractor off. I wish it would not start at the beginning of class,
yeah, me
because
too.
when
Me too.
they don't get their money until after the class, but what they'll do is they'll take whatever money they have from before, and maybe they're going to accessorize their pet, or they're going to check in on their pet. And when they're off for more than a minute, they get the distractor, and it's not even being off or on another tab. They could just be sitting there like this, and it's going to say that they're not
Listening
paying
to you.
attention.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
I think that distractor tractor needs to be like completely taken off and only, started
Ah,
if we want it.
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It should be disabled from the beginning. Yeah. I agree with you there, actually. I didn't even talk about that
Yeah,
during the
because
podcast.
you're killing my pet. You're
I
killing. I'm
know,
like, you're not
right?
killing your pet.
So, what updates are you excited about, or are you maybe they have on
Yeah.
the in a roadmap that's
coming?
coming up that you're just really jazzed about?
I can't wait till everything is like a lot smoother for everybody, easier to understand. But there is a lot of stuff to understand about it. It's not, you know, you just get in and start. There's a lot more things going on, like there's a name randomizer and stuff. So to know how to use all those tools, I
Mhm.
hoping that there'll be live support. That would be my number one thing. I think that live support in there that would keep teachers calm while they're trying to work things out, because they might be able to see from the background things that we can't see on our
Mm,
end.
okay.
They've also got the payments coming soon. You're going to be
Mm.
able to
Mm,
pay right
I,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
me either. But yeah,
It's a thing for a lot of teachers, though. I
No,
will
it's
admit.
easier. It is easier if they don't have business accounts. But if you have like a business Zoom, I have handbooks in Chinese that tell them how to connect their cards to Zoom and
Mhm.
play. I even show them how to use it. If I back then I had to use Zoom, so I had also books for them to know how to connect to Zoom.
Right.
Like they don't download it; they just join the link. So many of them tried to download. So yeah, I think that these workshops that we have help a lot too, because
They're
every
fun
week
too.
when I
I'm
get,
not gonna lie, they're a lot of fun for me. I don't go all the time,
we
but
used to do them. Now I don't do them live anymore
yeah,
because it was training too. And Facebook now in 30 days they kick off all your lives. So I'm like, we're training. Why would you want to delete that on me?
right.
I usually just I double dip, so I go live also on YouTube at the same time, and it saves. You can
Are
do
you Restream? Do you use Restream or?
now. You can do that on Zoom. By the way, if you have a paid Zoom, you can do like 2 or 3 at the same time. That's what I do.
I thought it was only one.
Nope.
We can do two on. We can do two on Zoom.
Yeah,
So it's like
there's an
Restream.
app. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's I'll stream to like 3 places at the same time. I think it's 3. Yeah, I've done 3.
I think you
Okay,
could
app
do
name.
that within OBS too.
It's well, yeah, but the OBS one's a little more difficult for me. It's in Zoom. It's in the app feature. Hold on a second. You have to go to apps, and it is. I'm opening it while we're talking, by the way. So we're just waiting for the loading. Um, Oh, it's called live streaming, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, I haven't used it in a while. Live streaming is going to open for me now. And yeah, what you do is you set up your streams in advance on YouTube and Facebook, right? So you've got like an event or whatever it is. You can just do like your actual click where it goes live immediate, and you click them all off at the same time. And yeah, I don't want to sign in right now because it might kick me off while we're doing this. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, you can do more than one. I do it a lot because that way I used to do my mini masters for my coaching services that I have, and I would do 2 to 3 at the same time. I think it was
I was going to did you find a teacher? I heard, I was watching one of the podcasts and it's so horrible. Did you find somebody to help you?
Which one?
The teacher that you had students missing. You guys did it on the wall of shame.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Nicole's student or teachers that
that was lovely.
Stole her students.
That was almost a business closer for me. It was an extreme.
It sounded like it.
Yeah, it was almost a business closer for me.
Do you have them sign?
Learn.
But do you have them sign that in the contract?
Yes, I do, and it's my
Good
IP.
luck enforcing that.
Yeah, I'm international right now. I mean, like it's more one of those things to scare somebody than to actually really be enforceable at the moment. So, well, did you find help? I was able to get it worked out, and I have another lovely wall of shamer that me and Jay will be talking about that stole some of my IP content.
Oh no.
Really?
Yes, you haven't heard about this one yet. I've been having an interesting start to the year.
Well, I don't know if Jay told you what happened here. We ended up we have to move, not a choice. And we're supposed to be moving in less than a month, and we still have things that we're supposed to finish that we're still waiting for, like bathroom. And I haven't even bought furniture that I need. I just have everything packed, ready to go, but we're not moving anytime fast.
See, when Brenda's rolling in the big bucks, when she moves, she buys all new furniture.
I do not. No. I'm actually moving in with my mother-in-law, and the room does not have a bed. It has a sofa, and I'm not sleeping on a sofa. I think some people like that as a bed. I just don't like that as a bed. I want a real bed.
I hate that.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. Like I said, it's lessons learned. It makes me upset for a little bit, and then I get past it, and then I try to figure out what the lesson is that I've learned from it. And so I've taken it that route. So it's taught me some very important lessons, and it's made me really evaluate what I need to do now and going in the future, which is a good thing. So I'm not too terribly I mean, I am upset about it, but like I said, it did teach me something that I obviously needed to know. So that's okay. But I did have a question though about the FunClass. If you could currently right now fix one thing, what would you want to fix?
Live. Being able to help people live.
The live support.
Chat. The live support. That for me is that's integral, because you can calm a teacher down that way as well. Because when they see their teacher stressed out.
You can get that service with FunClass, but you have to have the super teacher package. The pro package that we have, you don't get that.
Oh, there is a live help.
It says VIP customer support. I don't want to turn into this, but yeah.
FunClass, but you have VIP customer support anyway. Or you send a message. She
but
gets back to us very quickly.
Else does. Not everybody.
Right,
else
that's
does.
true.
That's the difference between being in on the ground floor. Yeah.
I don't. No,
that's what my husband said too. Now you guys can talk to her. If it blows up and gets really, really busy, you'll never be able to get in touch with her again because she'll be so busy.
Because of an interaction we had a while ago, I don't exercise that anymore. I'll just leave it at that. Bite my tongue.
So
premium live customer support with the FunClass super user. You do get that. The pro You do not get that. Anyways, so what's one thing that's really helped your teaching while using
Using
FunClass?
FunClass
Mhm.
is because I love it because your scheduling is all there. They get the reminder sent to them. There's no excuses that they're missing the class. I don't have to send a million messages because all I do is send the homework and I can put a message with the homework there and everything's all in one place. And the best thing too is they pop up like VIP kid at the end. You just give them the 5 stars and the kids give you the 5 stars. And that's great marketing for the teachers because
Mhm.
you can show them. And plus your recording is right there. You just send them the link. You don't even have to send them the link because if they go in, they can see their own recordings.
Right.
So there's a lot of things there that we don't have to do all that extra work. The only thing that we're finding now is extra is the billing. And for me, I don't know if I would even use it if they had the payment gateway because I don't have enough students to justify it yet.
Okay. Okay.
I will admit that was one of the things that I did like about the platform, and I was very clear about that too. Is I did kind of like it, I
It's
have the
like your whole back
website.
end.
Ecosystem.
Your
It's an
whole
Like
back end
ecosystem.
is right there.
yeah,
It's
it's like
your whole
everything's
back
right
end.
there. So
Yeah.
somebody who like is not as tech savvy as we are, where we know how to build our own websites and manage all the accounting and the course creation on a website and all that stuff, right? A lot of people don't have that. So it's like an all-in-one package for them without having to have the web hosting. It's all in one place. And I did like that. I thought that was a really cool thing. And it is something that would make me second guess if I were to go back in time and that was available at the time. It would make me
Mhm.
question doing a website. I will admit
Listen,
that.
But it's
being
not
a
a
private.
website though. It's not a
No, but
website at
because
all.
before I have a website, because my website has booking and it has all of that in it.
Hmm.
But I know how to do it because I have the IT background. Most people
It's
Right.
don't.
it's so much easier now to get started as a private teacher than it was
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Because
right?
there's online lessons like yours. There's things like FunClass and Koala Go and
It's much more online teacher friendly, and that's
right,
yeah.
right.
I've been in it for over 10 years. Yeah, I remember. I
I
Well,
remember
I
remember
my
mean,
doing phone
$15
classes.
payments, $15 payments for our classes. I remember that,
Mhm.
and getting it from PayPal and getting maybe $12 a week. That's what
Right.
I started out with at first.
Mhm.
fifteen
yeah.
dollars a week.
Well, and the options for materials is so much different now. I have like 3 terabytes of curated material. It's why I do screen share because, I have no reason to purchase online materials because I have 3 terabytes of it. But the teachers starting out newer or don't have as much of a curriculum base that I do, I would 100% be buying it. I would pay the subscriptions for it because it is so interactive, and I do think they're great. I've seen them. Jay showed them to me, and I've gone on to like yours and some of the others. They're good stuff. It's good stuff.
It's different. I was gonna, if you want, I will show you. I think I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is where you have your interaction that's a little bit different. Okay, now we're going into our fun class because of course, why not show it in fun class? Now where am I? There's a million things. Okay, so fun class, you have your PDFs, they're unlimited, but I don't I delete them off as soon as I don't want to store everything there. This is the magic button for me is this one. And now that it remembers, at the beginning, it didn't remember. Jay, don't you remember that when it did not remember? And we had to continually sign in to the co-browser.
Actually, I do. With Katie's lessons, I have to sign in every single time. Um, I'm not using yours on FunClass right now. I'm using them on Zoom. Um, and it's weird though. The other lessons that I pay for, uh, I don't ever have to sign in, but Katie's I do. I always have to.
Well, these are like the interactive. And as you can see, Nichole, it's kind of gone a little bit different than before, where our old books used to be 2D. Now we have a lot of 3D imaging. It looks more realistic. These kids named these characters last time, and it's just super interactive. But this is a co-browser, so you can see how smooth it is. And then I'm going to name myself here.
Just a judge.
Just a which one? Yeah. And
Yeah,
this is
right.
This is your new one. This is the new guy today.
Mhm.
Hi, I'm Mopey Milo.
Mopey Milo.
Yeah, I usually do my own voice, but we were just playing with this. I was like, I pay for this. I want to play with it. And then there's that little thing that they can play with. So you can use your awards in FunClass, but I like having my own awards. And then like if we have preview reviews, everything will open right up. It should. So just let's preview review here. What? Oh, this is this goes home for them to practice.
My pillow is soft.
I like his voice. His voice is cute,
Cozy.
but it's just going into the A that's just for them to practice. But yeah, I like it, and it moves now. And then now when you click these, you get that nice toolbar that you can type on.
Brenda, I don't like this. I don't like this because the pen is still shared.
Okay.
That was one of my things is I'm not sure at least we can type because we
Well,
couldn't type before.
That's a huge one for me is typing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I use this for. Like here,
Yeah.
this is just, and then you can play your games here too. So you have Bamboozle, which is my
Mhm.
favorite. So you just go in and you can play your games, and then always do this way so it'll launch. I like this place too. This board is really good. This board, everybody has their own pen.
The whiteboard, yeah.
Yeah,
We went
and it's
through this.
yeah, I love the whiteboard. And then do you save your shared notes? This is where I save them.
Right. Yeah.
And download them. That's yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the emojis, like the reactions, they're not that great either. It just covers over the
Right.
picture. So
Right.
Very cool.
yeah.
Very cool. Like I said, if I were to if I needed materials and stuff, I think they're pretty interesting. I mean, they are not like nothing else that's really available right now. And I do like the interaction. I do like the viewing difference. It's just so different. And it doesn't feel like that boring academic material. So the materials
Yeah.
I have, I use them as a base and then I go off of them.
But if you have the CPTs, it sounds like you have the CPTs. So they have
Yeah.
your
They have the extra stuff. They have
and
the extra
audio
stuff
and
yeah.
video, especially Nat Geo.
Yeah, I have a lot of the Cambridge and the other stuff too, and the Oxford. So, and mostly Nat Geo. I love it a lot, but I like social
Yeah,
studies.
Nat Geo is my favorite. I
Yeah.
have a lot of them. What is it? The animals, the wild animals. We went through like a whole animal, probably 5 or 6 animals that we have from the different countries.
World something, I think is what it's called. Oxford something world. Yeah, I have quite a few of them.
Wonderful World.
There it is. Wonderful World.
Judy's favorite.
All right. So what do you think, Jay? What have we learned today?
Well, that FunClass has something to offer everybody. And we also have to, myself included, have to be patient because it's new and there are going to be growing pains and we have to be patient with that. And Brenda is right. The students have all been very understanding and supportive when there have been problems for me. They've all been, nobody's gotten upset. Everybody's been very reasonable. That I will say. But
I do have to say most of my students would have been too, to be honest, because it happens. Tech is never perfect. There's no perfect platform at all.
And teachers out there that are listening, how do you get it to where parents are like that, where they're reasonable? You develop a very good relationship with them and you will never have problems like that. That's something I'm very good at.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right
Always
now,
curate your relationships.
the one woman that has it, we've done 5 times with FunClass till they finally were able to use it right. 5 different times, and she kept coming back. 5 different, I mean, to the point where I had given her back 2 classes, to the point where switching. Well, that was at the very beginning. And then I learned myself too. That's why I tell people, meet them ahead of time to make sure they can get in. So that you're not both getting frustrated or you couldn't figure out why they're not doing it. But she loves it now. Her daughter loves it.
If you have students in China that are using these devices that went viral, they're called learning machines. It's so frustrating. Don't use FunClass. That's what I'll tell you.
I mean,
Because that learning machine is a menace. It's a menace.
I will be fair with Zoom, because that's my main platform. I do have a series of parent videos on Zoom. So it teaches them from their side, because what I see as the host and what they see as the user is not the same. So I do have a set of parent videos that I use that teaches them, like, how to resize the screen or the videos or my picture for them. Teacher, you're so small on the screen. I'm like, I can't control your computer screen. So, I mean, to be fair, even with Zoom or other platforms, there are issues that how to use it will come up for anybody, because there is no perfect platform. There just isn't. Right. But I love hearing what you have to say about it. And it makes me, want to check it out again. Maybe some of it's just our nuance, and it is changing as they grow. They change and improve. It is a newer, I call it new kid on the block, but it kind of is in that realm. So let's see what happens in the future. I am interested to find out about that teen one that you talked about.
I do want to say one thing. Although I have my concerns with FunClass, the one thing that I've always said, and I still say it today, is I believe in Yan. I
like
believe in
Yan.
It's not that I like her. I believe in her as a person, that she's gonna work all this out. She's gonna work this all out.
Extremely driven. That's why I like her. She just strikes me as extremely driven, and she believes in it. That's the thing for me, is she believes in it wholeheartedly, and you can tell in her entire being and interactions in the way she speaks. And I like hearing that from one of the founders. So I think it's great. All right. Well, today's insights have really filled in some gaps for us today, Brenda. Thank you for coming on and giving us the insiders hookup and letting us know. Can you please tell us what your group is again, so teachers can find you?
FunClass teacher community. And then we have online learners, online teachers for young learners. But the FunClass one is the FunClass teacher community.
I'll put a link to both groups in the description.
Yeah, and we also have we have the YouTube too, but I'm online there so much it doesn't even matter, because I'm usually in the group at least once a week. This week I didn't, because I was here, so I didn't even tell them I'm not coming. I don't think anybody noticed, so I'm there every week.
Well, you guys heard it here. You can find Brenda on Facebook and her groups. We'll definitely add the links into our description. What do you got, Jay? You got anything else you want to add in?
I'm good. I've said everything I need to say.
Cool. Okay. Well, we aren't done yet, though. We have a guest coming next week to continue the topic. We're going to hear the other side from the other, FunClass versus Qualago, right? So they'll be coming on soon to get their side of the story and to respond to what we've also talked about in our podcast. So you don't want to miss that follow-up. And don't forget to stay for our end of our month Wall of Shame, Hall of Fame. We might have some more shockers. Brenda is one of our
I thought it was going to be on the Wall of Shame.
No, of course not. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding
I couldn't even make a joke and say that.
I know, right? Okay, one of the reasons that you're here, it's not even just because you're such a super user. Brenda is one of the rare gems in our industry that does give back. I mean, she gives back so much free content, help, assistance. She really does care. So, definitely join her groups, get a hold of her, check out her materials. She's one of the few people that we would actually highly recommend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's got a heart of gold. All right. All right, you guys. Well, I think we've wrapped this up. I think it's given us pause to think again about that fun class review. Hopefully, they've got some stuff coming up on the agenda. But otherwise, I don't know. I think we're doing good. What do you think?
All right.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
See you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.